So, when you're a badass jungle-based superhero, what will your personal pet be?
Oh, I forgot we did an intro bit. My personal pet.
Personal superhero pet who's going to escort you on some of your journeys.
Probably a little capuchin monkey, because I went to a really cool aquarium once.
Get him out of there! He's wearing a scuba
He's
gear.
drowning. Mummy, is it... Shh, walk away.
Don't ask questions at this aquarium.
It was in Austria, that makes sense.
Yeah, it used to be. Austria. Yeah, it used to be a zoo, but we weren't making money. The aquarium down the road made all the money, so we just filled.
We just flooded it. We just flooded it all. It rained a lot one day, and we just thought, let's just shove it in there. But there were capuchin monkeys because it's a very rad aquarium, and they're just sort of running around, and you're going on walkways, and they're just there. And I remember being like, "Oh my gosh, they're so cute! Don't you just want to like touch one?" And one of the staff was standing like a meter away, and they were like, "Yeah, they really are cute, but they do piss all over their hands." So,
oh fuck yeah, that's gonna be a great superhero accompaniment.
Yeah, so I want that. I would like one of them.
Hey boss, I got a monkey.
Oh my god.
Oh boss, wet everywhere. Look. Tony, I'm sorry. Everywhere.
Tony, I'm not covering your laundry bills.
I didn't leave the regular mafia for this.
You came to the jungle mafia. I don't know what you expected.
We ain't got many rackets out here. We can't run booze. We just try and kidnap the jungle superhero with a piss monkey.
It was right there in your contract, Tony.
What do you expect?
Right there in your contract. I said I ain't paying for no monkey piss cleaning.
Welcome to One Good Thing, the podcast that will break into any museum it damn well pleases. I'm Paul Phantom. We are back, and by we, I mean me, and by back, I mean but, to fill in for old Billy Bastard, who's still on holiday, a third week in 1 year, the monster, it's only Jen Blundell from Podcasts.
Hi.
Jen, tell people about your endeavours, the legalish ones.
The legalish ones, well, I'm not legally allowed to talk about them at the moment.
Oh, shit, that's complicated.
So my lawyer says.
But I can talk about the illegal ones all I like.
Yeah, exactly. my boss says that's fine.
Just so long. Keep the cattery safe.
Yeah, exactly. But my name is Jen Blundell, and I am your guest for today. And I do another podcast. Should I say that already?
Yeah, go on.
I'm really a professional, aren't I? I do another podcast that has my name in the actual title.
Fuck yeah,
and it's with you, but it only has my name in the title, and that's Jen and the Film Critic, and that's about films. It's about it's about current films, should I say? It's not necessarily about good films. It's about current films.
It sounds
me
good.
And you in it, Paul. Me and you in it, Paul.
It's me and you in it till the end.
That
sounds pretty good, but I prefer something where you have like a hammer of some sorts that has your family license name on it.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm in another podcast.
Oh?
Called Quest Fantastic.
Oh my god.
That also features you, Paul. It's
I'm in that
it.
one as
It's
well.
me and you.
It's another one with me.
It's me and you. And we play Dungeons and Dragons. And I play
good.
a hammer-wielding dwarf called Margaret Battlehammer. And that one's a lot of fun.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Is it really just like really sexually like full on in its manner?
No. But if you want sexually full on, I've got another podcast for you.
Jesus Christ! What is this?
And that one's called Roll Plus Heart.
Oh my god!
And it doesn't feature you, Paul. It doesn't feature you.
Not this one. No, not the horny one.
Not the horny one. No.
No.
There was no way to make that work. It's not all horny, just sometimes, and mostly for laughs.
Mostly.
And that's me and a bunch of lovely friends, and we play games that aren't D&D.
Yeah.
Other small games like Kids on Bikes, and Thirsty Sword Lesbians, and just a bunch of Grant Howitt one-page, one-shot games, and we have a lot of fun. And so that's my 3 podcasts, and now I've done all my promotion
my
stuff.
3
I can
podcasts.
leave. My baby's first 3 podcasts.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Jen knew exactly what would go well with her drapes. It's the 1996 superhero film, The Phantom.
Just take a look around. Darkness rules the earth.
In a dangerous world.
Governments crumble. Chaos reigns.
In a treacherous time.
There is opportunity in chaos.
Evil is a fact.
We shall succeed where they have failed.
Drax is on a quest for a supernatural power.
They know far too much.
And courage
Stop them. You're the only one who can.
is a phantom. There are some who say he is only a myth. Soon they will discover the phantom is real.
Yes.
Da-da-da. Yeah.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Ba-ba-bum-bum-bum.
The first attempt at a Phantom movie was unbelievably made by Sergio Leone.
Wow.
Yeah, what a movie that would have
Really?
been. Hopefully with the guy who played the ugly. What's his name? Eli Wallach in the lead of the Phantom, I hope. That's my... Or Lee Van
Wow.
Cleef, I'm not fussy. That became less feasible after he died. So, after Gremlins director Joe Dante and Batman and Robin director Joel Schumacher had a go at it, it fell to Free Willy director Simon Windsor.
Yeah.
The 90s were a magical time.
That makes a lot of sense now,
Bit
actually.
with the whale.
I mean, just animals. To
Animals.
foreshadow
He loves animals.
Just getting animals in your films and making them do the stuff you want them to do. I don't care how they feel.
It's entirely
good,
a
though.
power trip on behalf of Simon Windsor, and Jordan Peele's having none of it. The film was written by Jeff Boehm, who also wrote The Dead Zone, The Lost Boys, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, that one makes sense, and The Lethal Weapon 2 and 3. And yeah, he apparently wrote this as a spoof, only Dante reckons that after he left the film was played straight.
Yeah, that's what I read.
Not sure if he saw the film.
Yeah, I don't know. I get the impression that it was... It's hard to tell, isn't it?
It is a bit.
It is hard to tell, but it makes sense after I watched this for the first time this year. I read that it was originally written as a spoof, and I went, oh, okay. And then rewatching that with that in mind, I'm still unsure whether
that
they
got
did
carried through.
whether it got carried through or not intentionally. But
It
it
kind
makes
of
sense
is.
that this script was... Look, put it this way. Some members of the cast were playing it as a spoof.
That's certainly true.
For sure.
I think so. Well, speaking of which, Billy Zane beat out Bruce Campbell and Kevin Smith. No, not that one. He spent a year and a half getting shredded for the film, and really worked.
Oh, yeah, heck yeah.
Worked real good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Good work, Billy Zane.
Good lad. Speaking of which, a bunch of romance scenes were cut out to make the film more fast-paced, but they also cut scenes of him wrestling a lion and a snake, perhaps because they weren't romantic enough.
What?
I know.
Huh?
I want all of that. I want the romantic bits. I want the
want
snake
him-
fight.
I want him wrestling Diana and romancing a snake.
Romancing the snake, the incredibly unsuccessful follow-up.
Sequel.
Oh, I tell you what, critics weren't worried if the gun was going to go off or not. They pointed it wherever they liked. Thug Life enthusiast Roger Ebert gave the film 3.5 out of 4, calling it one of the best-looking movies in any genre I've ever seen.
Yes, Roger
Wow.
Ebert.
Yes, Roger Ebert, you mad
Yes,
dog.
Roger Ebert.
Public, meanwhile, were delighted to be heading into the Devil's Vortex. RB007 and Google said, I really love this film very, very much. I still don't understand why this fantastic movie is underrated and doesn't deserve an Oscar. Billy Zane is such a great actor. He proved that in this film, with Titanic and Back to the Future. He played one of Biff's... Titanic, yeah. He played her fiancé. Not the better half.
Wow. Well, this guy has
I
range.
put the diamond in the coat. They put the coat on her!
Wow.
That was him. That was
Wow.
Billy Zane.
Wow, he took me right back to it. Took
Yeah,
me right back
I
to
know.
that scene,
It's a
Paul.
powerful bit of acting that I've been perfecting since 1997. And
Inspired by Mr. Zane.
then Back to the Future, he played one of Biff's thugs. So I
Okay.
agree. Based on the strength of those two movies, he should have had at least a joint Oscar.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's owed one.
Yeah. Well, he's a long way off a three-man, though. But Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa, as the great Kabai sang. He's a three-man. He was, that and this. He was in Pearl Harbor, playing a menacing fellow, I expect. And he was, of course, Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I think stock footage only. I don't think he came back for that. Shame. But nevertheless, you're a 3-man, mate.
Oh, free to a man, free in the bush, free, yo. Films are shit, mate.
Billy Zane was signed up for 2 sequels, but it didn't do well, so they didn't make those.
Oh, that's a real shame, because I would have watched them.
I'd have watched the shit out of
I
all
would
of
have watched
that.
them very hard with my eyes twice in the same year.
I'd have worn out at least a pair of eyes on seeing more Zane adventures. But unfortunately, the film has 43% on Rotten Tomatoes, 53% on Metacritic, 67% on Google, and made $23 million on a £45 million budget.
Boo.
Yeah,
People don't know anything.
They don't, because the similar failures of also quite good movies, The Rocketeer, Dick Tracy, and My Own Sweetheart, The Shadow, it is felt that there just wasn't an appetite in the 1990s for throwback 1930s superhero flicks. But what about now? Come on. Let's get it going. Let's make a Dick Tracy movie now. So, Jen, you 22nd Phantom.
You have no bargaining power here, Mr. New York City.
Flawless Shang Tsung. Your soul is mine. Why do you want that skull so badly? By which I mean, how come the Phantom?
How come the Phantom? Because I feel like, one, I've tortured you a lot already. I've recommended several films to One Good Thing over the years, some of which I never watched myself. I just thought it'd be funny to make you guys watch them.
Yep.
And between me and my partner, we've really, I think, destroyed your lives thoroughly. So I thought, hey, I watched The Phantom earlier this year, back in February, with my sister and brother-in-law. We put it on, had a nice time. Yeah. And I thought, I bet that's poorly reviewed. It was. So I thought,
let's make it poorly reviewed.
Poorly reviewed.
Yeah.
Recommended it. And then the worst one of the two of you, I can say that because he's not here, went on holiday, and I get to review it instead.
What a great twist for you.
Essentially, it's all coming up Jen, isn't it?
It's true. God, if that had happened for The Tourist. Wait, you did watch The Tourist.
I did watch The Tourist.
No reason.
Yeah, when I forced you to watch The Tourist again, I watched it myself
I like it.
fully for the first time, because the first time I tried to watch it, I walked out. It's the one time I've walked out the cinema.
That's amazing.
But The Phantom, I enjoy a cheesy film.
Yeah.
I enjoy a cheesy 90s flick about action and magic and hamming it up, and spoilers, that's The Phantom.
Well, speaking of spoilers, let's get into how The Phantom unfurls. How does this movie begin? What happens there?
Oh, well, I haven't. This is the part of my notes I haven't typed up.
Nice.
So let's see what this stream of consciousness is like.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. So we start on a boat.
Yeah?
No, we start with a very good intro credit.
Oh, yeah, of course.
We start with a very good introduction. The Phantom melds into logo.
Yeah.
Flying on a flag. And you're like, ooh, that's got to be evil. And then we see a kid on a ship, and we get a voiceover.
It all began a very long time ago, when a merchant ship was set upon by pirates of the Seng Brotherhood. A small boy watched helplessly as his father was killed by the pirate leader, the evil Kabai Seng. He jumped overboard and was washed ashore on a mysterious jungle island called Bengala. It seemed like a case of out of the frying pan and into the fire, but the Tuganda tribesmen meant the boy no harm. They scooped him up and carried him to their village. And that night, in an ancient ceremony of fire and drums, the tribal shaman presented the boy with a ring of great significance. Then and there, the boy understood that he was destined to avenge his father's death by fighting piracy, greed, and cruelty in all their forms. And when he grew to be a man, he became the Phantom.
Little baby Billy Zane.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, I got very confused. I've got to say, this film, you can
yes.
tell it's had a few scenes cut out of it.
Yes.
Because at several moments I was like, sorry, who?
Yeah,
what?
Which one is he?
Huh? So there's a kid.
True.
And they do make it look like it's Billy Zane, but spoilers, it's not. So it's not important. Phantom. It doesn't matter. It's just a different Phantom. Okay. It's a kid on a pirate ship. Okay. And he sees his dad get killed by pirates, and then he washes up on the shore of a beautiful island, Bengala, And he is taken in by
A noble tribe of
a
native
noble
people.
tribe of racial stereotypes.
Yes, he decided to give their most sacred powers to a little white boy. Why not?
Little white boy who'll save us all.
I'm sure his ancestor will be grateful enough to include at least one of us in the narrative of his life.
Ooh.
Maybe as a servant. But yeah, we cut forward.
We do. And we cut forward, and then it's just Indiana Jones for a while.
Featuring Dexter's dad as a kind of ruthless sort of a scar on his face shaped just like the Phantom.
Is that Dexter's dad?
That's Dexter's dad.
Dexter from the film, the TV show.
Yeah, good old serial
No
killer Dexter.
way.
Good old Dexter's Laboratory Dexter. It's the guy. It's the voice actor who played his dad, and Dexter the serial killer's dad. He's every Dexter dad.
Wow.
Take a look. Which way?
Well,
What now? What's his problem now?
He says we can't go on. These woods are protected.
Oh, yeah? Protected by who?
By a ghost. A what? A ghost who walks.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that.
He's leading a bunch of wrong-uns through the jungle, and they got a
Yes.
young lad that they got from somewhere. He's not going
They
back.
do.
Even when the Phantom
Yeah.
gets him, he's not going back.
No, gosh, no. And yeah, they are having shenanigans through the jungle.
Jungle shenanigans.
Jungle
Subtitle of the
shenanigans.
film.
Should be. They say jungle a lot in this film.
They really do.
Jungle shenanigans.
They get to a cave.
They get to a cave, a very good, real cave, and they find the MacGuffin that they're looking for.
Yeah, a 90s
which-
skull. A very
a
obviously
90s
designed in the
skull.
90s skull.
A very 90s skull.
I think I got
Unfortunately,
one of those from Alchemy.
Yeah. Unfortunately, unnamed bad guy does get strangled by a skeleton.
Oh no, I love that
But
guy.
it's one of my favourite scenes in the entire film. So
Everyone's
I
just
like it
like,
very
huh,
much.
that was weird.
Huh,
Anyway, back to rampaging this crypt.
it's just a model skeleton just drops forward and grabs him. It's very good.
A Halloween
Anyway,
store mannequin gets him.
A Halloween store mannequin gently strangles him to death in about 3 seconds, and they all go, "Meh." That's jungles for you.
I can hear the jungle bat signal. Oh,
I can too.
And all the monkeys and elephants and crocodiles lose their shit. They love the Phantom. Oh, you
They
gotta watch
do.
this, they say to each other. And he's just sitting in his chair, fully in costume, having a bit of a think. So, yeah, he's happy to
Yeah.
go out.
Yeah. And then my next note is Phantom with a horse and a dog. So the
Yes.
Phantom turns up and he's got both a horse and a dog.
And a
I'm
dog.
pretty certain if I'd watched this film when it first came out and I was 6 years old, this would have been my favourite film for a while. Because a horse and a dog? Are you kidding me?
All you wanted. Literally all
Yeah.
you wanted. He swashes
Yeah.
some buckles and then hijacks the truck with the boy in it. Only Dexter's dad escapes with the 90s skull.
He does.
Shit,
He does.
I don't trust Dexter's dad very much. Mm-hmm. I find his ethics to be a bit iffy.
Sketchy.
Oh, thank God. Oh, speaking of ethics being sketchy, thank God the British are here in this jungle.
Colonial Brits.
Hooray!
Yeah, I
They'll
know,
ensure
hooray.
justice is delivered.
Yes. This scene exists just so that we know that one guy thinks the Phantom doesn't exist.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's handy, and he'll show up later. Well, enough about colonialism, though. Billy Zane is being tended to by his native manservant.
In traditional dress of somewhere. I don't know, maybe of here.
Oh, they're both in
From
traditional
somewhere.
dress, I assume. That spandex
Yeah.
is entirely culturally appropriate.
Ow.
Did that stink?
Yes?
Good. That means it's working.
This is what I'm looking for. The skulls of Taganda. One made of gold, one made of silver, one made of jade.
Are they valuable?
More than that, Garan, they're dangerous.
Thank God that this white man is here to safeguard a culture that they seem to know very little about themselves. Because
Yes.
somebody's going after 3 super important 90s skulls, and they can do lasers. So
They can do lasers.
they can do lasers.
They can do lasers. As his ghost dad tells him.
Oh no! Oh shit! Oh yeah, that's Patrick. I'm not a number. I'm a free man. McGowan, who is from The Prisoner, and he's here to offer some very solid advice.
I recognised his face.
Yeah, he was the previous Phantom. Oh, cool! It's been white guys for a while. Okay.
Yeah, white guys from the start.
From the start, we invented this role for white guys. It keeps them busy.
Yeah, it just keeps them out of our hair. They spend their whole time flexing in the mirror and trying on spandex.
I'm the Phantom. Sure you are, mate.
Sure you are. So,
Anyway,
democracy.
Anyway, king me. You went democracy, I went they were playing checkers.
Oh.
The height of civilization.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, at the 1 week later, a crazy dame is parking her car on the lawn. She's a dangerous maverick.
Heck, she is. She's wearing trousers. Did you notice? Paul?
Oh my god, that's ridiculous for a woman.
It's like the
of this time.
1920s or something. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god, no way.
She's
Should have
wearing
been-
adventuring clothes.
She should have been shot.
She really should have.
Yeah.
But instead, she's welcomed into
Yes.
this manor house where they're having a party because
Yeah.
her aunt and uncle, I think. I don't know why they're not her parents, but her aunt and uncle
Yeah.
are rich and throwing a party.
One of the many cut romance scenes they bonded over a lack of parents.
Yeah. There's lots of big wigs here, including
God, the best part of
possibly,
the movie.
probably best part of the movie,
Yep.
Xander Drax.
Treat
It's spelled-
Williams as Xander Drax. How's it
Treat
spelled?
Williams as Xander Drax. It starts with an X and it ends with an X.
Oh, that's
He
a
points
useful bit of
out.
trivia. If I was
It is.
meeting this guy for the first time, I'd want to know that.
Well, he'll spell it out for you later in the film.
My name is Xander Drax.
What?
Xanderdrax. Xander Drax. Begins and ends with the letter X.
Literally.
Oh god, he has a standoff with Crazy Dame's uncle, who's been investigating Drax.
For being evil.
Yeah, for being evil. What shady, dark business is he up to? He's been reading texts about ancient cultures. You're going to fucking jail, mate. We got your ass.
He's also, it's funny because the list starts off with like, you've been like blocking trade unions and something else capitalistly, and also researching the
texts.
Zeng Brotherhood. Ooh. And that's what they focus on.
They do. That's the one you've got to defeat him on. But oh shit, one of the old men actually betrays him and tips off Drax, who does some Bond villain stuff to a librarian. Oh, one more thing, Mr. Librarian. Look into this microscope. Why? I'm a librarian. What am I going to see at the bottom of a microscope?
It's a book.
Yeah, it's a book.
With very small words.
I've come into possession
Can you read them
of a
for me?
tiny book and I need you to tell me what it says. It's too small
I
for me
can't
to
read. You're the only person I know who can read.
I called the librarian. Is that wrong? I don't know how this works. Help me, I'm Xander Drax.
Just look in the microscope, mate.
They just shoot him. So, it's easier this way.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's her name? Crazy Dame is flying off to the jungle. And there's
Yes.
trouble with the tiny model plane that she's on when it gets attacked by two even cuter little model planes. Oh no!
No, Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yes, it's the work of even crazier Dame Catherine Zeta-Jones and her gang of hopefully also Welsh lady pilots.
Yes. Well, Welsh putting on their best English accents of the sort.
We want Diana Palmer, and we're prepared to kill all of you, one by one, until she steps forward.
No, please.
I'm Diana Palmer. So quickly, how disappointing. Happy now? Get a good look.
Diane Crazy Dame dramatically pulls off Zeta-Jones's flight cap, revealing her absolutely perfect hair.
Absolutely
Haha,
perfect.
take that!
I also wrote she has great hair. And then
I wish that happened to the Phantom later on. Someone just whipped off his cap and his long flowing
locks. Alas, it's the one thing that Billy Zane lacks is a full head of... No, he has the hair. Just it needs to be longer. Take notes, Billy Zane.
He's gone the other way, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
If you got a picture of him now, you'd see that he's gone quite the other way.
Oh, too much women, Paul. I need another colonial British man.
Yes, we have Colonial Man comes and helps and tells him, hey, go help Crazy Dame. Welsh Sky Pirate lady carries in. We cut to her boat and she carries in Crazy Dame slung over her shoulder, and it's very good.
Yes, another favourite scene in the movie.
Oh yes, it's very, very good. And
it's very good.
Tell you what, some clothes are just starting to come off when the Phantom shows up to save Crazy Dame.
Yeah, of a sort. They take about 3 steps and they get caught again.
Yeah,
but,
well that's true. Crazy Dame gives Welsh Sky Pirate a slap, saying it's personal. She awakened things in me I'm not allowed to feel yet.
It's the 1920s.
Yeah.
Give it another couple of decades.
Oh, the thing is, it was so nasty all the time. You just had to find the right place. So
yeah, I'm off to San Francisco.
It was always good. So they get into a tough spot, but fortunately the Phantom brought his fucking wolf with him. So it's been patiently waiting for him quietly and inconspicuously on the deck. Good boy.
Mm-hmm. Good boy.
Oh,
I'm a biscuit. We're off in the biplane.
Yes, they get off into the biplane, but it runs out of fuel, forcing their stunt doubles to stage an excellent jump onto a horse.
Their stunt doubles do it very well, though, and it is an
do.
excellent jump. They look vaguely like them.
They kind of look like them. I'm on board.
I'm on board enough.
I think the bloke who was playing Crazy Dame looked a little less like him. No, I'm just kidding. It was an obvious, awesome female stunt person, and she's great.
But they did make the mistake of trying to film that one face on.
Yeah,
with her face on the screen. Mm.
Well, he takes her
Anyway.
by horse to an idyllic landscape. It looks like top prize off Bullseye. And they go into a hilarious skull cave that looks like it's saying, "Arr."
I'm a skull. I don't like it.
I was the Phantom.
I'm your father.
What's with this cave? Oh, it's modelled after
Shut
my
up, Daddy
father.
Cave.
Daddy Cave.
Daddy Cave.
Open wide, Daddy Cave. We're coming in.
No.
Girl, man. So,
I'll be a cave one day too, Diana.
all the phantoms die and become caves.
It's just a series of skull caves in the cliff face.
All just vaguely horrified.
What a gift. What a gift I've been given.
It turns out the natives hate us. So we get a little look inside of the Daddy Cave, which is what I'm going to call my layer of solitude if I become a superhero, is the Daddy Cave.
Yeah.
And we get a look at the astonishing wealth he's presumably managed to stockpile from this land and not shared with the locals. And he picks out some earrings together, I think. Was it earrings or a necklace?
A pearl necklace, a black
that's
pearl necklace,
that's
which
the
never comes up again. I was assuming it was going to, but it doesn't. It's just a genuine gift from one awkward superhero to his dame.
In one of the romantic deleted scenes, she tears it off and throws it dramatically into the wind.
Probably.
You're my black pearl.
Yeah.
Anyway. And they sail the pirate ship back to New York because the Phantom sends Crazy Dame home, but then also comes himself to New York, the land of zany music and old-timey car horns.
Yeah. And the mafia.
You see?
And mob bosses.
He comes in disguise as Billy Zane, attractive man, who's not been established thus far.
Kit. My name is Kit.
Kit.
Attractive,
Fuck yeah.
attractive American man, Kit.
Yeah, I'd probably fuck anyone called Kit. Zit?
Yeah,
Probably
me
not
too.
Zit.
Zit. Probably not Zit.
Hi, I'm Zit. Oh, God. Ooh. Oh, I'm kind of into it. But yeah, Dexter's dad is explaining to Drax, I killed the Phantom. I have his belt, see? And here's the stab wound where I stabbed him. You stabbed him in the back. Yeah, the lower back. You got him in the belt. You must have been going for his colon.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Stabbed him in the bum, boss.
I stabbed him in the butt and he didn't die.
And he's like, no, he should have died from that stab. And I'm like, really?
He could easily have survived. You might just have a colostomy bag on him.
This is another point where I got very confused because our current Phantom also got stabbed earlier in the movie.
Yes, he did, but not in the belt.
Is this the stab he's talking about?
No, I think he killed a previous Phantom because
he
he's got
did, and eventually I worked that out.
It's very confusing.
Anyway,
this whole
it doesn't really
Dread
matter.
Roberts nonsense. But anyway,
no.
Drax meets with his board of trustees, which is mostly the mafia, and he gives a speech about how the skulls will allow him to utilize the powers of evil. And one member of the board of trustees just doesn't like it. Hey, boss, what about the Singapore real estate plan? Look, we loved your presentation. It was really good. Okay, we really enjoyed it.
Great use of graphs.
Great graphs, great PowerPoint, whatever that is. But, the company's going a different direction and we're going to be looking into evil skulls.
Evil skulls.
Yeah, evil skulls.
Yeah,
now.
evil magic skulls. Yeah. I can't be a part of this. Okay, well, I guess I'll stab you to death.
In front of everyone else. And
Turns out I'm an ace javelin thrower. That won't come up again either.
That's another deleted scene. His romantic deleted scene with the snake. Oh, God, that's why he hated the Phantom. The Phantom rustled his snake.
That's so sad. This all makes sense now.
I was trying to hum. My heart will go on, but yeah, that's easier. So it turns out that Billy Zane once left the jungle in order to go to college and then met her there. How did that?
Diana. Well, look, as he says later in the film, I was born in this cave and educated in America. So I think that explains all you really need to know.
Of course. He was born in Daddy Cave and then commuted to to college. No wonder he had to leave at 9 a.m. every day. But we forgot to mention Cuckboy. He's around. He's,
yes.
Yeah, he's into Diana. But
Diana's one of his squeeze.
Yeah.
Mm.
And remembers that he saw the skull at his 12th birthday party.
He did.
How do you remember that? The Phantom could have been at my 12th birthday party and I would struggle to remember that.
I was 12 once.
I am man. But yes, he remembers the museum, so they go off there and everybody very discreetly tries to take the skull.
Wait, Uncle Dave knows an important member on the board of directors. It may take a day or two, but or we could just break the glass.
Very discreetly.
Very discreetly. Drax manages to empty the entire museum by saying there's free cake and sandwiches in the Hall of Nature, and literally everyone leaves. Cake and sandwiches?
I would.
Get the fuck out of my way.
Wouldn't you?
That's
Even though
true.
there's a major standoff going down in another room. You know what? I'd be like, great, I've got a nice... You don't want to kill us all or kidnap us? No,
Yeah.
wonderful. You want to just provide cake and sandwiches in another room? Sure, you fight it out. I don't care who's the evil guy.
Wait, terrorism?
I don't give a shit.
Cake and sandwiches. Okay, great.
Can't be terrorists if they're handing out cake and sandwiches.
But there's not are there going to be any? Like 5 minutes after that sequence.
Is that,
are they
is
going to come
that
back and be like,
evil?
hey!
Hey!
What's
It
the
was
big
nothing but
idea?
Cucumber.
Solid cucumbers.
Yeah, I never say good cake and sandwiches.
But I tell you what, the two skulls have been brought together, which makes the lighting inside of the museum and Treat Williams' performance go off the rails.
This is it. It's happening right here and now. Unbelievable. It's beautiful. It's magnificent.
Yeah, he really steps it up a notch from here on in.
Wow!
Wow.
The
skulls have spoken.
They do a Raiders of the Lost Ark and show him where the other skull is going to be.
They do.
On an entirely inaccurate, culturally biased, centuries-old, non-navigational map, making a dot in the ocean about the size of Ireland. But
he works it out.
There. Yeah, he's going to use a chart.
He works it out. He uses a protractor and that algebra he learned at secondary school. And he works it out.
This is a smart
That's what you
man.
need it for.
There's some excellent dialogue in Drax's office, and then Billy Zane escapes and becomes the Phantom. Hey, boss, we lost that Billy Zane guy, and unrelatedly, the Phantom is here somehow. Damn it. He's always one step ahead somehow.
He's always not in places where Billy Zane is.
That's preposterous. I'm right here. No, you're the Phantom. Oh. Forget I said that. Oh.
They surf on some cars.
Yes.
Phantom surfs on some cars.
Yep, then he gets on a horse.
And then he jumps through a zoo and he gets on a horse and then he rides a tiger. No, he doesn't ride the tiger.
I wish.
But he rides several vehicles and animals.
Yes.
And eventually
he outruns.
Makes it to the. He outruns.
He outruns some motorcycles on horseback.
He does.
You tell me
Some
that Billy Zane
motorcycles on
couldn't do
horseback.
that.
Yes, absolutely. I believe it was his own stunts the entire time.
Unscripted.
And then he makes it to the seaplane that is just taking off to go to the evil place where the third skull is, the Devil's Vortex.
Devil's Vortex. And Crazy Dane manages to completely undermine Welsh pirate lady's confidence with a single line.
He's probably dead by now.
What is wrong with you? Why are you so mean? Don't you care about anything?
Like what?
You figure it out.
Maybe she'll lead her crack team of ace lady Welsh pilots against Drax in the finale. What do you mean never seen again? And it wouldn't be an Indiana Jones movie if a hero
all the good characters didn't disappear halfway through.
And if our hero didn't manage to inexplicably hold on to a mode of transport for several days, so he hitches a ride underneath Drax's biplane. And
for several days at great altitude. And it's completely fine.
He's fine. He's fucking Billy Zane. You telling me can't.
This is the point where I'm like, oh, is that his superpower? Because I've got to ask you, Paul, what's his superpower?
he looks great.
Is it having
in that
a
suit.
ring?
It's pulling off that outfit. It's not an easy task.
It's pulling off that outfit. Yeah, that is his superpower, right?
And somehow he managed to bring his wolf and his horse with him, so just hanging them over the edge of the plane. Oh God, why is this thing so fucking far away? New York to like somewhere in Asia is where they flew.
It's just somewhere. It's quite a wide range. They did just say somewhere in Asia.
Oh God,
Asia.
Yeah.
I did say that.
You did, and I respect it.
But they make it to a place. They make it to a place where I remember thinking the first time I watched this, did I go kayaking there? Is that in Vietnam?
Ooh.
And I think I remember looking it up and being like, no, but I didn't look it up again. So maybe.
Maybe. I'm going to take that as a yes, and I'm going to think Nicolas Cage was there and that Nell was stalking him at the same time, because that happened several times in previous episodes. Oh, God. Drax has an excellent interaction with the Pirate King, which somehow doesn't win him over.
I really wasn't in the market for a partner, but it seems to me that we have a mutually beneficial situation here. Think of it this way. You represent the old guard of grizzled scallywags and peg-leg Pete's, while I stand for the new order of things, modern and up-to-date. Just the man to carry our cause into the 20th century.
Silence! You have no bargaining power with me, Mr. New York City.
Yeah. Or win him an Oscar. Or anyone in this film an Oscar.
Oh, God. The Phantom announces his presence and then slowly swings towards the bad guy.
Very slowly. No one's reactions in this film are very quick, are they?
No, and that's fine. It was the 30s. No. Everyone was high as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Legally high as fuck. And, yeah.
They'll space out for a while.
The Phantom
and
harmlessly...
then they fight.
Yeah, and the Phantom harmlessly shoots the weapons out of everybody's hand and kicks them all a bunch.
He's the good guy.
He's the good guy. Yeah.
He kicks him a bit.
He swashels every buckle, and then he kills the Pirate King, Dexter's dad, and Drax, and the whole place explodes, including the skulls. So,
yeah.
I really hope...
But the ladies get out in a torpedo.
Oh, the ladies get out, and I really hope that the skulls weren't important for anything other than doing cool lasers.
Nah.
Besides, he didn't even have all the skulls, because he put all 3 skulls together, and he's like...
These skulls are more powerful than I ever imagined. I've harnessed the energy of the sun. Who needs a 4th skull?
I do. And I know where it is. I've worn it all my life. For protection. Never really understood what that meant until right now.
And it's like, okay. I always thought it was some sort of symbolic connection, but no, it literally meant if there are 3 skulls pointed at you, use this to protect yourself. It's
use
very
the
practical.
skull that you wear on your finger the entire time.
Son,
you thought it was just for punching people and leaving them with cool scars on their faces, because that's not how punches work. But sure.
Son, take this Germaline. Oh, it will protect you when you need it. You mean as like a symbol of hope and perseverance? Now just put it on a wound, mate, if you get one.
Yeah.
Just do that, and you won't.
Take this seat belt.
You've torn it out of the car.
Wear it when you ride your horse.
Wear it at all times.
Just at all times. Don't go anywhere fast. Don't worry, it's the 1930s. Oh yes, of course, it's fine.
Oh God. So yeah, that Billy. Crazy Dame shoots her shot with Billy Zane, saying, "Take the mask off, kid. You know it's me." Yeah, it's really, really obvious.
Really super obvious.
It's really obvious. That mask doesn't cover much of your face, and you speak like Billy Zane.
Yeah.
And you're hench as fuck, so I'm guessing you're Billy Zane.
Yeah.
And he takes
She's definitely been staring at both of their butts anyway, so she knows.
And he takes the mask off, and it was Cuck Guy from earlier. Hidden depths.
Twist.
And yeah, they smooch, and she grabs his butt. I bet I would. Yeah. And that's the end. They enjoy.
She smooches, and then she's like, "See you around," and goes off with Catherine Zeta-Jones. And I like to think,
oh my
that
God,
was more of a goodbye kiss. The voiceover says she'll come back, but I like to think that's with her new wife, Catherine Zeta-Jones.
And you Sky Pirate Captain wife.
Sky Pirate Captain wife, who's much better than this weirdo who wears lycra in the jungle.
That's just my ex. Don't look.
Don't look.
They fly past him.
Leave it to my son to let the perfect woman slip right through his fingers. Fortunately, Diana knew her own mind and vowed to herself that she would soon return to the Bengala jungle. Maybe then I can get some rest.
And that's the end of the film.
That's actually the end of the film. So, Jen, how did it hold up? The Phantom.
Oh, I liked it a lot. I
Yes.
might have not made this clear yet already. I know you're supposed to be hold the cards closer to your chest up until this point, but I enjoyed this film a lot. I think it's fun. I've watched it twice in the same year, which never really happens. I don't have time to watch one film a year, never mind the same film twice.
From the 90s.
From the 90s. But this is just the kind of easy watching, fun, bit of a laugh sort of film. I enjoy.
Yeah.
That actually genuinely has a solid 3 pages worth of good things about it. So
yeah, absolutely. We've got a lot of good things to get through.
Yeah.
I saw this movie when I was a kid, and I think I must have had it on VHS, but I was aware of the marketing, and I can't quite remember how, but I had some kind of like A4 sheet with the Phantom on it in his poster. Maybe it was on the back of a magazine.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe I had like a gaming magazine and they had like a full page Phantom spread on the back, but I just remember being obsessed.
I'd take a full page Phantom spread.
As they call it. But yeah, I had this one sheet and it just had Slam Evil on it as the tagline.
Yes, Slam Evil.
Slam
Which
Evil.
definitely screams spoof movie, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, rather.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the Super poster, which had Shut Up Crime. You know, it's,
Yeah.
it's similar. But no, I remember being absolutely obsessed with it, and then I watched it, and it really melded in well with The Shadow, which is my other favorite like superhero movie of the 90s. A guilty pleasure, I should say, because probably something like Blade or X-Men would be the actual...
Nah.
Well, you know. They don't have guys in tights shooting people with 2 guns, or Tim Curry in it.
No, exactly.
Oh, God.
I've never even seen Blade. I have to assume it's rubbish.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's a safe assumption. It's, it was very nostalgic for me watching it again, and I was really impressed and quite happy with how much of the action holds up, how many of the performances are still really entertaining.
Yes.
And, like, if this is what a bland, generic, cookie-cutter blockbuster looked like in the 90s, then I really think that just says so much more about the 90s than it does about the Phantom.
Yes.
That it was a golden age of schlock cinema.
It was a golden age of just when you could tell a team got told to make a bunch of props and sets.
Yeah.
And so they did, and they made them. And the only time they used special effects was to shoot lasers out of skulls' eyes.
It cost $1 million, and it looks it.
And to explode... Trent Channingham, whatever the guy's name
Trent
is.
Channingham, that's exactly his name.
Xander Drax, played by
Trent Channingham. Treat Williams. Yeah.
Williams, nailed it.
What a
great film.
Really
so
good.
Much. Yeah.
I'm really glad
it's
it
just
held
some
up.
real good cinematography here, and whether it was meant as a joke or not, you're going to have a nice time.
Yeah. And I think in terms of like legitimate criticisms, yes, I think I'd have loved to have seen those romance scenes back in here, because characterization is a little thin and the plot is a little hard to aside from, like, it's unnecessarily so. Really all you need is jungle-based superhero, is after skulls and bad guy wants skulls. That really is it. But they throw in an awful lot of very confusing lore about the succession of phantoms.
Yes, they do, and about who has whose belt and
who that kid was,
that boy was on the boat. It turns out that was his ancestor.
That was the original
time.
Phantom.
It's the original Phantom, and he's just the son of
but coincidentally,
many phantoms.
His parents are dead too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just halfway through, you're like, wait, so his dad got Wait, did his dad not die in the boat? But his dad was also the Phantom. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. The plot could have been, I feel just like there's maybe just a little work needed to go into that. And maybe a few more character scenes.
Yeah.
And maybe some slightly more 3-dimensional portrayals of everyone who isn't white.
That would be great. Just, a little fleshed out, because I was really because when you're a kid, you just take everything as a given. But at the point when they fly out to the cave, I checked the timer. It was 1 hour and 5 minutes in, and we were at the final conflict.
Yes.
Like, we could have slowed down a bit and had a bit more of the journey.
True.
But nevertheless, it moved at a hell of a pace, and I have a lot of quick things.
So entertaining.
So,
yes. Me too.
Great. Let's quick fire. Quick fire. My thing is literally the first frame of the movie. For those who came in late, just took me right back. It was so nostalgic, and then it morphs into the cool little pirate spiderweb thing.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes. And the title of the Phantom, just all of it, just the design of all of that. I loved it very much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed that. I'm going to say right now, I just loved all the props and all of the sets and how touchable and real everything. Well, not real necessarily, but how physical everything looked.
Yeah.
Some of the sets definitely looked slightly like they were made out of papier-mâché, but in a way that I really enjoyed. Like, it looked like you could walk around them.
Yeah,
and you could go visit them at a studio somewhere.
Yeah.
But everything, they had a cloth map made out of cloth to go find the first skull. The skulls were real. I love the
Yep.
Phantom, all the Phantom's jewelry and clothing, like his belt
Yeah.
and his ring.
Oh my God.
I liked all the sets, like all the multiple caves, the skeletons in the caves,
Yep.
the rope bridge with the vines.
Oh my God, that looked great. That looks so good.
And just lots of vehicles. I know some of the shots where they're in the air.
Oh,
they
yeah.
look like models.
Yeah.
But they really got as many sets and vehicles out as they could.
And Old Time in New York looked really good. And
Old Time in New York looked great. The jungle, some lovely shots of the jungle.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Looked amazing. Beaches. They had a whale of a time filming some of that.
They did. It was a lot of fun. And, a really specific one for me, but I remember loving this as a kid too. I love the gems that he pays the cabbie in. We didn't even mention the cabbie, but he unloads these gems, and I don't know what it is, but it really reminded me of something childhoody. Maybe it was...
they reminded me of the kind of like just the gems that you could get. You could buy like a packet of plastic gems.
Yeah.
That you maybe would have had jewelry made out of. It looks like kids' jewelry broken up.
It did look like plastic, but very colourful little
stones.
see-through, perfectly cut plastic. It just...
Yes, beautiful. And he's like, oh, that's a green diamond.
A rupee.
And that's a ruby
Yeah.
emerald. And you're just like, yes.
Sure it is, Billy.
Yeah, sure it is. Great.
You could have paid me with a solid look.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Fantastic. I will talk about Dexter's dad.
Mm-hmm.
James Remar is his name. It's Quill. And, he has a couple of moments early on that I really enjoyed.
Yes.
Mostly of him yelling stuff. And one of them was like,
If the map's upside down, then there ought to be a bridge up ahead. And all I see is more jungle. Oh, shit!
And it's the oh shit that really...
It's the pause.
Yeah.
Look up. Oh, shit!
Perfect timing.
Perfect.
And then later on, the Phantom he's like, I think you lost him. I think you must have got him. And then he jumps onto the bonnet, and James Remar just goes, ah!
Yes.
At least he's behind us.
Ah! Very good.
It's very good. He is wonderful all the time. What else did I like? Oh, I just liked him in general.
He was very
I
good.
liked him in general. I liked it. One of the shots I liked was early on, the first time the Phantom is mentioned, of him rubbing the scar on his face from the Phantom's ring.
That can't be.
No, it can't be.
You don't have to...
It's just a close-up. It's great. Such a 90s close-up of him just rubbing this scar on his face.
Oh, he's very good.
It's very good.
He looks like Christopher Lambert, and I've got all the time in the world for him.
He does.
I think...
He just looks like janky, mean Indiana Jones, and that's the character he's playing.
He's a two-man, because he played... when Christopher Lambert didn't want to come back for the second Mortal Kombat movie, he stepped in as Raiden. So I'm not the only one who thinks he's a Lambert-looking chap.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Good stuff. What is the deal with your arms? He says it on stage. Okay, what's your next?
Oh, gosh. I didn't put the... sure, let's go. I've grouped these by image shots that I liked, production things that I liked, and just lines that I liked, really. So let's get through my production things.
Okay.
I also really enjoyed all the costumes.
Oh, yeah.
I thought there was lots... I loved the purple suit.
Yeah.
Purple suit is wonderful. He's
liked it
just
a lot.
clad head to toe in the tightest lycra possible. And then with this tiny little black mask across his eyes.
Yes.
And he just looks wonderfully dumb.
Yeah.
Just so great, just leaping around and doing his janky punches.
Yeah, and yet the confidence of it was just so good.
Wonderful. At one point, there's a close-up shot as his legs whip into screen from the side and grab two guys around the neck.
Yeah.
And just his little bubbly butt is there.
Oh, fuck
yeah. It's just all so tight in that lycra. It's just so much fun.
It's showing off everything you need.
Look, if you work hard for a year and a half to get into shape for that role, put them in the tightest lycra possible.
Absolutely. They apparently, I don't know if this is legend, I read it on the IMDb Chaos trivia page, and you can't trust anything in there because it's all untributed, but apparently they had a muscle suit similar to the one Michael Keaton wore in Batman, but when he showed up all svelte, they decided he didn't need it, so they just put him in lycra.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. He does not need it. I also liked everything they put Diana in. She got to wear a cool... like brown plaid women's adventurers outfits with the trousers and the cap, and then at the very end she wears a wonderful blouse when she's on the beach about to go off with her lesbian lover. And it was incredibly lesbian and I loved it.
Well, speaking of lesbian, like Zeta Jones's outfits as well were really good.
Yes, also wonderful.
Sort of just wonderful pirate gear. pilot gear.
She just looks fantastic, and her hair's so silky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could call it biplane sexual.
Pretty rubbish, but I'll take it.
Yeah, it's not too good.
Yeah.
Everything involving the truck going over the rope bridge both times looked great.
Yes.
My God.
Amazing.
First time, the careful go over, like, fantastic. And then the later action scene where the bridge breaks, but the truck is, like, somehow entwined onto the bridge. So it turns upside down. Just looked fantastic. It looked really good.
Really good, except for the shots where where they're cutting to the boy dangling over a canyon, and then
then it's a bit dodgy. But my God,
everything about that bridge and the truck on it looked 100% real. Like they actually put got a rope bridge, and put a truck on it, and then tipped it over. Yeah, that was great. I also agree.
And
Love
it's
that.
sorry to think of like how it would look now if it's in like that latest Uncharted movie with 5-year-old Tom Holland in it. It would just be. It would just be very hard to invest.
No, just make it all out of papier-mâché
just
and
do
go
it with
for
papier-mâché. Even if it doesn't look real, it'll look good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's next?
What else did I like? I really like the scene with the spikes in the microscope.
Oh yeah, it's great.
It's very good, and I really like that at the very start of that scene starts, and it's just evil Xander sitting at his desk, playing with the spikes in the microscope. So you know they're there right from the start of the scene.
Yeah, it's the tension of it. You know.
Yeah, I liked that because it's obvious that as soon as he asks him to look into the microscope, you know something evil's going to happen. But it makes it better knowing that he's about to get his eyes stabbed out.
Yeah. And a good PG-13 way of articulating that as well.
Exactly. So it cuts, he's like, seems like they've had a nice exchange, and then please look in the microscope right before you go.
Yeah.
And he just refocuses it to see the word liar.
He put the word liar under there. He went to the
word
effort.
liar under there. It's such a wonderfully camp, evil villain thing to do. And then the guy screams. We just see liar on the screen, and the guy screams as his eyes get stabbed out, and it's a great scene.
It's very good.
Just to prove that Xander is that scene exists just to show that he's just fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Just maniacal.
And the music involved in it too is just a sort of It's very good. That was a bit full on, but they put it in there, and I respect that.
Yeah.
Okay, the little bar near the airship that Diana's getting on, and she's being watched as she's getting onto it. Like, I just have a huge thing for little bars near water, it seems. They really get to me. You know the one that fucking Dennis Nedry is having his lunch at when he gets given the thing to smuggle the dinosaurs out of Jurassic Park?
No.
I love that little bar. I just love.
I will agree with you. I love a tiny place in a space or time that just feels like it has a whole world of its own going on.
This is the end of the world.
Within it.
There is no other drinking hole like within 100 miles of this place. Yes. And this is just a place where biplanes take off and land.
Yeah.
And it's just a little bar at the end of the world, and it had a lot of great charm to it. I love that.
Oh, I didn't notice that properly. I was too busy taking notes about Billy Zane's bum, probably.
You're going to need a third viewing.
Something else I liked. I liked that the Phantom is escaping from a lift shaft. Quite a dramatic sequence. He slides down and his boots are setting on fire because of the friction sliding down the lift shaft. And then the lift's coming down above him, and he looks panicked, and then he jumps through the gap, and then he does a nice roly-poly out onto the floor.
Yeah,
I just really enjoyed that
roly-poly was so, and like spring upwards and then guns out was so good. I remembered it from, like, that was one of the images that stuck in my head from this movie.
It's very good.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And then he serves on some cars, and that's great too. It's just the whole thing.
Speaking of great physicality, there was some really good plane stunts. Like, they actually got her stunt double out on the what do you call it? The foot of the of the plane.
Seaplane.
Yeah, and that was really impressive. And then once on
good.
the horse, there's also some good stuff, including when she has to like switch position to behind him. Was very good.
Yeah.
Nobody,
some very good stunts.
I never ride bitch. Get back there.
Yeah. I mean, if we're on physicality, the Phantom does a very good pose when Al, the cab driver, turns up outside the zoo and he's caught in the headlights, and he just looks at him like a little cat.
Yeah, the hands come up. Yeah,
the hands come up, and his face is like as he thinks he's been caught by the bug guys, and no, it's just friendly old Al.
That was very 30s comic book hero. That was good physicality, because he did say that he tried to like capture the physicality of the comic books, and that was as a
That makes
frame
sense.
that would be absolute. That would make absolute sense in
Exactly.
a comic book.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
It's funny but also wonderful, like in a good way.
Yeah.
Like I'm laughing, but I know that they want me to laugh and also enjoy it. And so yeah.
And there were some other good bits in that park scene that I liked. Like there were some good bike stunts where they're like riding up over the bridge and like flying into the air, coming back down again. And then I really like the tiger because I like tigers.
Yeah, me too.
Yay.
I mean, yes, I think I liked that whole. I think all the fight scene, chase scenes, several chase scenes in this film, all very fun. Fun shots.
Yeah.
The one of the bikes riding through the park was nice. There's some nice backlit shots of them riding through dark New York park. I liked all of old-timey nighttime New York. I thought it all looked great.
Yeah.
But also if we're talking about animals, these were the stars for me. Just the absolute stars of this film for me was just horse, 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 wolf, different horse, tiger, several horses. At one point there's spiders.
Monkeys who can't love the Phantom.
Yeah, I live for any film with a big white horse in it. So as soon as that horse jumped onto screen, and I remember thinking this the first time I saw it this year, just being like, and the Phantom appears, and his first shot properly in the film is him leaping over a log on the back of a white horse next to a big wolf.
Wow.
And through the jungle, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm on board with this whole film.
This majestic, powerful animal.
Yeah.
And
I just love that the wolf and the horse have a scene where they talk to each other and they're like, yeah, he's gone and got himself into trouble again. They don't voice it. It's just the wolf being like, you're going to have to, run faster than a plane and catch up with him. And the horse is like, okay. Good job I've got more superpowers than the Phantom himself. Flies like the wind.
It's a good thing I'm awesome. Oh my god, he can outrun. He does outrun a horse. What an absolute maniac.
A plane, yeah.
A plane. He outruns himself. Sorry, I was preparing.
I can beat myself.
I suddenly panicked. I suddenly
Hmm.
panicked because I suddenly remembered that I've got to do the Goodman OG team bit shortly.
heck
so yeah.
Oh yeah, let's just hurry up and get through the rest of this.
So
What
I
else
was just
did
pulling
I
up
like?
that. Well, hold on. I'm gonna have a second go at this guy's fucking name.
Oh yeah.
Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa. I think that's right. He had a great line in there. A line that really caught me by surprise when he's telling the guy to shut up, and he's just like,
I could kill you and feed your pretty pink ass to the sharks.
Pink ass. That's great.
Pretty much every line of his I enjoyed. He really hammed it up.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing.
He was so and he does the same in Mortal Kombat. You know, I mean, he's famously the "your soul is mine" guy, and he's so good. But he also has the line if he says something, and it's like, "What does that mean?" It means fire the cannon.
Gabby, you get me out of here, or else you really gonna sleep with the fishes. Now, what are you gonna say about that? She nibble.
In the bowl. What's that supposed to mean?
Just ancient pirate talk for fire the cannon.
Fire the
yes.
Oh, it just shoots. It's so good.
And the mobster's just standing there.
Yeah, and he just
slowly
goes
getting
flying
shot by a
off.
cannon. And he flies.
It's very good.
He flies inhumanly across the room. It's wonderful.
God bless him.
Love that.
I loved
That's
whoever that guy
brilliant.
was too. He played just like a standard mob hood, but I think he's done it quite a few times. He was very good.
Yes.
And they just killed his brother with that spear, and he was just like, "Hey, I was looking for a promotion."
Yeah. Find some other lines that I like. I like British colonial man saying, "Oh, not now, Wicks. I'm not in the mood." It was just something.
You know what he's talking about, Captain? We both do.
Oh, not now, Weeks. I'm not in the mood.
Just something about this guy being ticked off, being like, "Not in the mood," to talk about the Phantom. I liked the small exchange between Diana and her mother. That was obviously a joke, but I thought where she says her mother says, "Oh, how are you anyway, sweetheart?" And she says, and it's sort of like as they're fading out the scene slightly, she goes, "I've contracted malaria, mother," and she just goes, "Oh, that's nice," and it sort of like cuts straight to the next scene.
That.
Oh, but how are you anyway, sweetheart?
I've contracted malaria, Mother.
That's nice.
It's very good. I went back to listen to it again today because I couldn't remember the exact wording. So I just liked that.
I like that. Oh, Catherine Zeta-Jones' stunt person does a very good cartwheel during a fight.
She does.
Yes.
She does some great flips.
There's a very good flip and a good trick, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Everything that happens in that pirate cave at the end, I love it. All of it. All of the fight scenes are great. All of the action in this film just feels really like rubbery in a good way.
Yeah, like there's some pretty smooth stuff from Mr. Zane.
Yes, there's some good fights. There's some good
moves on the boat in particular.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I liked all of it, and it's not too cutty, like cutting between scenes. Just the whole thing's quite enjoyable.
Stuff. Yeah,
so they've got some good stunt people in to do some flips and jumps and fly. Getting punched once and flying across a room, that kind of thing. It's all great.
Yeah.
Catherine Zeta-Jones is gorgeous. Let's just put that there. She does.
Oh, yeah.
She's probably the best person ever at doing sultry.
Oh God.
Where she's just turned on by literally everyone in this film at all times.
It was fun to see that because I recently this year watched The Mask of Zorro, where she's playing a much more kind of vulnerable, but kind of spunky as well, and kind of but also much more sort of passive kind of role. So it was a lot more fun to see her play villainous for a bit in this.
Yes, she's great. It actually made me think of her role from Chicago.
Oh yeah,
and I couldn't help but think they saw this and thought, "Yep, she's perfect for the lead female criminal from Chicago."
Renee Zellweger was
There's
watching
quite
the
a lot
Phantom.
of crossover. Yeah.
The Phantom in the final fight punches some guy and takes his sword. The guy just looked like some bloke named Jeff dressed as Captain Hook.
Yes,
did you see it? Yeah, with the wig and the red wig, and it's like, hang on, this is an Asian set of pirates, and you look like you just came from the fancy dress shop.
Yeah, I think there were a couple of white guys in with this bunch of pirates, but he in particular did just look like...
He just looked like Dave.
Yeah, he just looked like Dave, who came as Captain Hook for Halloween. Last minute.
Yeah, get in the thing. You're just a pirate.
Yeah.
I'm on my way to a stag do. Get in there. Get punched by Billy Zane. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely.
I like the line, "No smoking in the skull cave," just deadpan.
No smoking in the skull cave.
No smoking in the skull cave.
Oh, that's very good. And that's one of the few lines afforded to Manservant Man.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So many good lines. I liked a little interaction between Cook guy, her Diana's wannabe squeeze, who she rejects, and she just says, "Oh, can I take a raid check?" And he just says, "Sure, add it to your collection." I was like,
"That's good."
Oh, you two,
you spunky bunch,
you two. Just you wait till she meets Catherine Zeta-Jones. She'll have no time for you.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Yeah, you're not getting a look in, mate. And yet somehow it'll hurt less.
Yeah,
because
and also Catherine Zeta-Jones. Catherine Zeta-Jones in the parrot cave, just really pettily going, "She's his girlfriend." When they push Diana forwards, talking about the Phantom, she just goes, "She's his girlfriend."
I can see this Phantom thing really strikes a nerve. In that case, you are gonna love this. She's his girlfriend.
You know what he was doing? At several points, he was doing Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
I've got a few lines of his coming up.
Oh, was it Xander who said that? I thought it was Catherine Zeta-Jones.
No, Xander said
was it. Xander?
Xander said it too about it. Yeah, I'm sure. He said, "And here's his girlfriend." It was
someone points it out in that's just a very dumb sort of...
it's very flamboyant.
His girlfriend as well.
Yeah, it's very good.
They like each other.
Oh, God. You know what? I'm going to do my Drax stuff now. I've been holding off.
Yeah, do it. That's all. This is good.
Yeah.
Go for it.
At the point where Catherine Zeta-Jones said that...
I used a little toothpaste on it. It polished up so good.
Toothpaste? Really? That's nice.
And he just kind of goes away. That's great.
Very good.
After he speared the mobster guy, he does a little duck under the spear in order to get to the other side, which is great.
And he just quietly checks the water. He's just like, "Oh, damage." And he doesn't say anything. He just quietly checks the water for it.
It's very good.
Like
and just him removing the sword as well was very good.
Yes.
And then when he's got the skulls together and there's a laser coming out of them, he just says something like, "I love this! I love this!"
Yes. Oh, he's hamming so hard. It's wonderful.
It's so good.
He's so good at it.
Also, the look he does, it's still hamming, but it's quiet hamming, when he is told to be quiet. by the Pirate King, he does a lovely little school kid who's just been told off face.
Yes.
Which is very good. He just looks kind of sad. And I enjoyed that.
He does another excellent face after, you must have this line, when he goes, "Ha! What a cheap jungle trick."
Ha! What a cheap jungle trick.
What a cheap jungle trick.
That's it. What a cheap jungle trick.
Amazing.
Like on this, like,
then he does, the face.
And then just goes very serious.
Yeah. Well, he does that sort of scowling, like, right, I'm going to tell you off now.
That's it.
Yeah, it's very good.
Hardcore.
He also, just before that, says to Quill, "Run away." They go to... And then some line of, like, "These skulls are more powerful than I imagined. I've harnessed the energy of the sun."
Yes. The energy of the sun.
He's so good.
Oh,
and
he's very, very good.
He's very good, and it almost feels conciliatory as a result, but I only have the 2 lines of Billy Zane's that really caught me. In general, I liked his performance. I enjoyed the kind of cheesiness of him, but I find he didn't have as many lines as perhaps I'd have liked.
No.
But 2 of them that stood out was when when he storms into the room that Catherine Zeta-Jones is interrogating the lady, which is the best scene. And he comes in and he's just like, "Is it only girls on this boat?" And she says something like,
What is this, a ship full of women?
All my pilots are women.
Interesting. Excuse me.
And then just sets about what he's up to. And then later on, when she says that she feels faint, he just says,
You okay?
I just feel a little dizzy.
Must be the humidity.
Yes, it's very good.
I also enjoy it as a cheesy line.
In that scene, he does a really good move. I really like that where he is interrupting the interrogation and Catherine Zeta-Jones has got a gun pulled on him.
Oh, yeah.
And he says something about, we have a dog. They keep saying, we've got a jungle
old jungle saying,
and then old jungle saying something about guns.
Never point a gun at someone because it might just go off.
It might just go off. And as he's saying that, he's turned towards Diana with that and just very coolly and smoothly just grabs the gun from behind him and takes it out of her hands.
That's very good.
And it's very hot. And Catherine Zeta-Jones thinks it's very hot because she immediately is like, "Ooh."
I mean, I need that, but...
Ooh. I just love how she's just like, everything's turning me on in this.
I know, I
like,
really enjoyed...
everything that happens to her.
I enjoyed the sauciness
She's
quite
into
a bit.
it. It's very fun.
Oh, Christ.
Oh, and then I've just got a last line from Xander, which is him screaming, "Unbelievable!"
Yeah, is that his last line?
Explodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's so good.
Excellent. Well, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Those are our quick things about the Phantom. But you know what? I just can't help but sit here and wonder about the OGT.
OGT, Mr. New York City.
OGT!
OGT.
Hey, boss, what about the OGT?
OGT.
OGT. That's Catherine Zeta-Jones.
So what they say, Paul?
They said quite a lot. We've got
really?
We didn't get much on Twitter or Facebook, although we got a lot of likes. We got more likes on Twitter than we've had for a film in quite a long time. But
because people know this is quality.
Luke, now this surname Ciancio. I'm gonna go
spelling that?
Ciancio.
Oh, I can't spell Ciancio.
Yeah, like cyan.
I don't know. Ciancio?
Ciancio is good because it sounds like
Ciancio?
It sounds like silencio.
Let me just Google that.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The Phantom must return to fight his old nemesis, Shawan Khan, in a thrilling... Oh, no, wait, that's The Shadow. I actually grew up with a book of the film The Shadow and the Phantom comics and had completely forgotten both, so this was a pleasant surprise, even if I forgot both of them and mixed them up. I hadn't seen either film, and on watching this one tonight, God bless you, it was fun.
Enjoy.
Silly camp and a romp, a real pulp novel of a film. The first half actually did capture the physicality and tone of the Phantom and of Kit Walker very nicely. Too bad the last third of the movie was too corny for me to handle. Well. We had Billy...
I will agree that there wasn't enough horse in the last...
Not enough horse, nearly. He goes on. We had Billy with the good hair Zane in the title role, showing very little of his hair for most of the movie. That's true, and you've got to make the most of it whilst it's there.
Otherwise, Catherine Zeta-Jones will stand you up with her good hair.
Very next sentence. Femme fatale, Catherine Zeta-Jones, switching sides in the third act for no reason. I think it was...
Absolutely no reason.
And also bringing huge bisexual energy to her character. Gotta love that.
Oh, yes.
Also, The Haunting. She did the same thing. She was great. Treat Williams proving that you can address, not solve any situation with moxie, a salesman's pitch, and some good old gumption. It was fun.
Yeah.
Also, the stunts were bonkers. I don't know how some of them survived all those sequences of planes and horses and that.
Yeah.
I thought he was saying planes and horses and that, which I liked. But no, and that one scene with both planes and horses at once.
Yes.
Agreed. Thank you very much.
It's a great stunt.
Luke Ciancio.
Yes. Thank you, Luke. You are correct.
You are correct. It's very good.
Very correct.
I enjoyed the third act. I just would have liked the rest of the second one beforehand.
Fair.
That's fair. L. Scott Jose gets in touch to say, oh, wow, one of the things me and my father bonded over, aside from our shared dislike of me, was Phantom comics. Oh, dear.
Oh.
It's always, like, I do a lot of self-deprecating humor as well. It's tricky when someone else is reading it out on your behalf. We agree. I'm probably the only person under 60 who's read a shitload of them. This movie coming out in the 90s was like our Avengers, and I remember us both thinking, that was okay, I guess. Enjoy Treat Williams. It's not just a clever name. He's a delight. And then he comments later on to say, the movie gave me a fear of microscopes that led me on a path where today I deny science. So lots of good done there.
Yes. Yeah. Science is evil.
Science
will stab your eyes out.
Science will stab your eyes out, and that's really the whole point of The Phantom. Oh, God. But yes, it was a very, very charming film that I enjoyed watching a great deal. So, one better thing? The one better thing. That's all? I think it's this.
Oh, God. Yeah, oh no, absolutely this.
Yes, this. Watch this. Or The Shadow. I love both. Do a double bill.
I have it on DVD and haven't watched it yet because I can't convince David to watch it with me.
Oh, God, bring it
and
here.
I don't have.
We'll watch it here because I fucking love The Shadow and I will watch it.
Yeah, I would love to watch that.
Tim Curry's in it.
So there we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. The one better thing, one similar thing is The Shadow. This is a very good double bill of 90s superhero movies. Watch them both, enjoy them both, and then check out Jen and all of her stuff. That was the one better thing. Jen, where are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I am on actual play queer podcast Roll Plus Heart. We play lots of fun games, mostly quite silly, occasionally quite full of heart. I'm also on actual play Dungeons and Dragons podcast, Quest Fantastic, which is also quite silly, also has heart in it, and is run by our excellent friend Sarah, who does a really wonderful job telling a one continuous story of Dungeons and Dragons.
Our excellent friend Sarah.
Our excellent friend Sarah. And I'm also on a podcast with you, Paul Salt, called Jen and the Film Critic, where you watch all the latest cinema releases and tell me about them, because I do not have the time to go to the cinema.
You are the mayo to my care mode.
That I am. And you're the ketchup to my mayo.
I'm Paul Ketchup.
I'm Paul. Nope, I'm Jen Paul.
And remember, sometimes I forget to do my half of an outro, and I think that truly is the spirit of the Phantom. But also, find out about his OGT pod, all the different things.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Was that my job?
No, that was me. That was me to do.
That's your job?
Completely forgot to do.
That was your job.
OGT pod, type it into Google and you'll get
pod.
everything you need. Look in the description. It's just right there. I can't be reading all this
really
stuff out.
is right
We
there.
do have
Come
a Patreon.
on.
There's lots of good stuff in the Patreon, including...
True.
An excellent interview with Jen, I assume. We've not recorded it yet, but I can tell it's going to be excellent.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be really good, everyone. It's midnight, and I've got lots of energy. You're not going to see it for...
I ate ice cream.
You're not going to see it for a couple of weeks, because we recorded a very timely Marvel chat with Sean, which is going to go out in 2 parts, and we totally fucking forgot, and now they're announcing...
Bumping me for Sean,
There's brand new Marvel news coming out in like 2 weeks,
Bumping
so everything is going to
Sean.
be irrelevant if we don't publish it now.
Bumping me for Sean. Unbelievable!
I'm Paul Believable.
I am unbelievable.
And remember, the one good thing, seriously this time, the one good thing about the Phantom.
Just all of it, really.
Yeah.
It's definitely Treat Williams.
It's definitely Treat Williams.
It's definitely Treat Williams. Oh, and that white horse.
What a Williams.
What a Williams.